It is Saturday. Is it Saturday? I think it's Saturday.
It's Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday. And we just woke up at Whitehorse. We pulled over last night to the High Country RV park and got an unserviced spot for cheap. And that's where we stayed last night, just dry camping. We're about 1 kilometer, about a half a mile from the Klondike Highway. We're going to be turning onto that highway here in just a moment. And there have been some wildfires on the Klondike Highway about halfway to Dawson City. So we're going to have to watch that. Right now it's clear to drive through. Hopefully it will be when we get there. The rainy weather, I think, has helped with that. But we're headed to Dawson City up the Klondike. And I don't know if we'll make it all the way. How far is that?
321 miles.
Okay, about 520 kilometers, 321 miles. And we'll see how close we get. We may make it all the way. It'd be about a 5-6 hour drive for us today. But that's our next major location to come to. And we'll see what all we discover as we travel. Here's some of the burn damage from a few days ago.
Yeah, I was going to say that was this last week.
Now the road is reopened.
All right, we're about to get to the Dempster Highway, which we're not taking today, but we want to take a video as we pass it. We're going to go into Dawson City and stay there tonight. Here's where we'll turn tomorrow to go to the Arctic, towards the Arctic. Woohoo!
I've changed my mind.
Okay, we're heading up the Dempster Highway. It is 6:30 p.m.
So don't let your fear decide. That's how you break inside. You don't need to worry. Somebody's waiting down the line to pick up the pieces. Hey, you'll be alright. You'll be alright. There will be someone waiting down the line.
Yep, wooden bridge over the, this is the Yukon? Klondike River.
I believe this is the nice part of the road.
Yeah, it gets worse from here.
Yeah.
Well, we could go 90 kilometers an hour,
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe. Headed up the Dempster Highway, be a gravel road. You'll see next services, it says 370 kilometers. So we wanted to make sure we have 3/4 of a tank of gas. We should be able to go about 500 kilometers, and about halfway to the Arctic, we'll refuel. We'll get there maybe tomorrow. We'll see how many days. It should take about 3 days to drive these 800 kilometers to the ocean. This is just part of a bucket list. I don't know if Tony is thrilled or tolerating it, but we're going to give it a shot. We're going to probably air down the tires here and after a while. We stopped here for supper at the entrance to Tombstone Park, Provincial Park. Just pulled off. Spent a little bit of time here, and
But I took this with me down that little, I didn't go very far. I'm still a little nervous of meeting a bear. But anyway, I'll get more comfortable. I'm excited to be here. Bob was saying he wasn't sure I wanted to be here. I do. It's beautiful. and I'm excited to explore, but I am a little nervous, but I'll get over it. Our camp spot for the night.
Good morning. We came to a pullout on the Dempster Highway. We're about an hour in from the Klondike Highway, headed to the Arctic Ocean. And so we got started about 6:30, and so we came here. We ate supper, decided to spend the night and or spend time here. It's not really night anymore. And this morning I'm going to air down the tires. This road gets a little rougher, and so we want to air the tires down to avoid getting flats, hopefully. And so I'll be doing that. And then we're going to be trying to head toward the Arctic Circle today at Eagle Plains, and we'll see if we make it that far today. We're going to take our time. Just got a beautiful, every mile here is just beautiful. The scenery, you can see the trees are getting a lot shorter. There's still a lot of greenery on this floor out here. And so we're just enjoying the view. But I'm going to do a little work on the truck, and then we'll head out here shortly. I'm going to take my little deflator and begin to get the tires down. Probably, since I've got a big truck camper, probably down to about 50 PSI will be good.
You can't turn the tide. Let the water go where it wants to go. You can run and hide. You can bury yourself beneath the stones. Somebody told me don't pretend, 'cause everyone could use a friend sometimes. Take some good advice. Don't let your fear decide. That's how you break inside. You don't need to worry. Somebody is waiting down the line to pick up the pieces. Hey, you'll be alright. I can feel the sun and how the wind makes way across the fields. Let me take a breath. Let me be a part of something real. Someone says better.
All right, it's a lunch break at the Ogilvy River and what it calls Elephant Mountain. Off in the distance, a rock formation supposed to look like an elephant. I can't see it, but maybe that's true. So we're gonna eat some lunch here, take a break.
The giant metropolis of Eagle Plains is at approximately population 8. But they have diesel gas, hotel, restaurant, campground. Oh, we're going to stop for a little bit. Fuel up. Man, the dirt and dust on this road is unreal. It's even getting inside the camper. It's just such a fine dirt, dust. It could go in all the cracks and crevices.
All right, this is the CF Abraham Francis Ferry. Coming back across. So this is a cable ferry. It pulls along a cable that's underwater, and so keeps it on course pretty well.
You see the cable
Yeah,
right there.
I see the cable pulling. It being,
It was underwater, now it's just come up above. We didn't have to wait, but what, a minute or two, couple
it
minutes?
didn't take long.
Yeah.
I think this operates from 9:30 in the morning to just after midnight every day, and it's
Free.
on a fairly regular schedule. Just waits for some people to show up and takes them across.
Yeah, on demand, they called it. And we are here. Very friendly. Now we're over. Well, we did make it on. Maybe. Pack them in here. It's gone. Scared of mosquitoes.
We're underway.
Alright, we made it to Anuvik. Well, I guess it's 1 kilometer away. The houses are kind of, they're built up on stilts a little bit, or pads. And all the plumbing is above ground because of the permafrost. Haven't really noticed it yet, but they say you can see it. Yeah, I think this is it right here. This pipe, these pipes. See? The road's still not that great, but it is paved. Alright. This local church was built in the shape of an igloo. I believe it's a Catholic church. there's 8 in all around here. And you can start to see Tuk, the city of, or the community of Tuk, up on the hill in the distance. We're about 9 kilometers away.
All right, those two snowball-looking buildings and the one on the tower, those are American early warning radar station for incoming Soviet missiles and aircraft that was installed. I think they built that in the 60s during the height of the Cold War.
It's across the Tuktoyaktuk harbor from where we're at.
Yeah, so yeah, we're over on the Tuktoyaktuk harbor side, and that's just in one of the peninsulas. Here we are at the Arctic Ocean. We made it.
Yeah, but that is Arctic Ocean as far as you can see. It's like you can see ice or snow out that way. Which I'm sure it is. Far north as you can drive, and almost as far north as you can walk. Over here is the Tuktoyaktuk harbor. I want to introduce some friends we met camping, our neighbors camping here at the Arctic. I'll let them introduce themselves and I'll tell you a little bit about.
Hi, I'm Eleanor. I'm from the UK. This is my boyfriend Doug, and we came up on a motorbike.
Okay. From the UK?
Just from Canada.
Okay, all right.
I'm Rebecca, and I'm Bea. We're staying in the car.
Awesome.
Oh,
And where
okay.
are you from?
I'm from Finland.
Oh
Oh my goodness, okay.
When did y'all come over to the continent?
Back in August. Yeah.
Okay.
So we started in Calgary.
And
Then we went off. I went off to Alaska, and then we met up in Alaska and started driving.
Awesome. And then there, I have a couple buddies over here. You can see the motorcycles. Their tents were here in their car. But yesterday they brought us some beluga whale that they had gotten over at the harbor. They had just caught, and so I'm gonna let y'all tell a little more about that.
Well, we just kind of stumbled. A local told us that they'd caught a beluga whale, and they just gave us a piece.
And they gave it to you, right? You didn't
They
have to
just
phone
gave it. We just had to hold it and carry it back to the. They kind of convinced us to take it. Yeah. It required some effort in cooking. It took 3 hours to cook the blubber.
Yeah.
And
Did
then
they give you a recipe and kind of tell you what to do?
They just said cook it for 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. Also sauce. Yeah, and got some steak as well for that. Yeah.
So did they give you the steak at the same time?
Yeah.
And told you how to cook it?
Just fry it up. Yeah.
Okay.
They said soy sauce, HB sauce, salt, pepper, whatever seasonings you have, you can't go wrong.
Okay, yeah, it was a little bland, I thought. Yeah, it needed the blubber part.
Yeah.
And the skin was very rubbery.
It's not when you boil it though, it's very different.
Really?
Texture. Yeah.
Yeah, Bob and I tasted a little piece of the raw.
Yeah, we did Arctic sushi is what we did.
And then they brought us 3 or 4 hours later, they brought us some of the cooked steak, and it was very much like steak, but it tasted very fishy. So
Anyway, when I was a little boy, I read a series of books about an adventure in Lapland. Some boy and I think a dog, so I would read that series, and I do not remember what the name of the series is. I've tried to find it, but the reason we came to the Arctic was because of that book.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, he had adventures, and it was all ice covered and igloos and all of that, and you know, exciting for a boy to read. But it gave me the itch to want to come up here, and so that's the one reason we took this detour to come up here was because of those books.
Yeah.
Whatever they were called.
Yeah. That's amazing.
are you filming?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, what am I doing? Oh. It is cold. It's a little uneven. You may have to just squat down. Go a little further. You need to take.
That may be good enough.
Okay. That's good enough.
That may be good enough.
Okay. We did it.
It wasn't just good, it was good enough.
Oh.
You can't turn the tide. Let the water go where it wants.